I've broken my long motorway tutorial into shorter sections to make the information easier to digest. This is section 5, which looks at defensive driving, planning and awareness. Defensive driving is an important skill when you're on the motorway. All the vehicles are travelling at high speed, so situations can develop very quickly. Yet strangely, drivers feel like things are happening in slow motion. Because everyone's travelling at near enough the same speed, the relative speeds are very low. So when someone overtakes you, the speed difference is probably only about 10 miles an hour, and this is what causes the confusion with the speed perception. Never forget though that you're eating up the road and running out of space very quickly. At 70 miles an hour, you're travelling 103 feet a second or 31.3 meters every second. To put that into context, you're travelling the length of a football pitch in 3 seconds. So you need to be looking well ahead, planning for what you're about to encounter. You also need to be keeping up to date with regular mirror checks so you know where gaps are and where your escape route is if anything should develop. If you see traffic ahead of you slowing suddenly, then put your hazard lights on to warn people behind you. As well as constant planning, the other main thing you need to use for defensive driving is leaving plenty of space around you. Leave space in front of you by following the 2-second rule to leave a good separation to the vehicle in front. Leave space around you by not putting yourself beside someone when you think they might be about to change lanes. As you approach a junction, expect people to change lanes. Also, expect people to make mistakes and leave room for them to make the mistake. By that, I mean don't put yourself beside them if they might change their mind. The more complex the junction is, the more you can expect people to make mistakes. At this next junction, lane 1 is a drop lane, only going to the M40 heading west. Will someone be in that lane and realise at the last minute that they actually need to stay on the M25? Will someone get in that lane because it says M40 and then realise that they need the M40 heading east, which is in lane 2, rather than the M40 heading west, which is in lane 1? Or will someone leave it to the last minute to lunge across from lane 2 or 3 or 4 to leave the motorway? I'm expecting all of those things could possibly happen here, and I'm leaving space for people to make those mistakes. So let's see what happens. Watch the silver car ahead of me in lane 2. He seems a bit unsure. He seems to be slowing down. He's chosen the drop lane. It's important I don't put myself alongside him in case he changes his mind and pulls back like he's done there at the last minute crossing that solid white line. I could easily have accelerated up alongside him, but I allowed him room to make the mistake. Let's see where he actually goes. Did he want to stay on the M25 or did he just pick the wrong M40 junction? Here, the car in lane 2 has chosen the wrong lane and actually wants lane 3, but so does the car in lane 1 who's now moving into lane 2. Even though the guy who's now in lane 3 made a mistake himself, he doesn't allow room for the guy in lane 2 who's made the same mistake, and he almost runs out of road at the last minute here. That's not what I call defensive driving. The more complicated the junction is, the more likely it is people will make mistakes. Expect the mistake to happen and leave room for them to make the mistake. This is a complex junction where the M25 meets the M4. There are currently 4 lanes on the motorway, but lane 1 is a drop lane. You can see the different white line between lane 1 and lane 2. So anybody in lane 1 will be leaving the M25 and heading on to the M4. But have they noticed the signs, or have they made a mistake and they're going to change lane at the last minute? Leave them room to do it. To the left of the drop lane in lane 1, there are 2 new lanes being formed by a slit road joining. So that gives us a 6-lane motorway, which is quite complex by anyone's standard, so expect some mistakes. So let's number the lanes 1 to 6 from the left-hand side. So lane 1 and 2 are currently the slit road that's about to join. Lane 3 is the drop lane that's about to leave the M25. Lane 4, 5 and 6 are going to continue as the M25. I'm in what I've just called lane 4, which will be the left-hand lane of the M25 when the other 3 lanes drop. Chances are that people that are on the slit road joining want to join the M25, not the M4. So they're going to have to make their way from lane 1 and lane 2 all the way across to lane number 4 to get onto the M25. Chances are that some people in lane 4, 5 or 6 haven't noticed it's a drop lane and will move across at the last minute into lane 3, lane 2 or lane 1. I'm expecting a lot of lane changing to happen in a short space of road here. Lane changing from both sides, so I'm leaving plenty of space around me, and let's see what develops. Keep your eye on the red car in lane 2. He's now coming into lane 3 and now into lane 4 to stay on the M25. And now he moves into lane 5 as the black car in lane 3 realises that's a drop lane and he moves out of that into lane 4. So in a very short space of time, the red car has moved from lane 2 to lane 5. We need to anticipate people will change lanes at junctions and leave space for them to do it safely. And here's another example of confusion. Watch the red car currently in lane 3. See how he's going slower than the cars around him, which is a clear sign of confusion. So I'm going to keep my eye on him because I've got him down as a driver who's likely to make mistakes. Oops, he's slowing again. He's definitely confused. I'm going to keep my eye on him as I go past. Checking the rear view mirror, and he's changing lanes again. Expect confusion at junctions. Keep alert. Leave space for people to make mistakes. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, please like, comment and subscribe. Part 6 of this series will look at dealing with motorway services.